Now, members, please ask her any questions.
That's me.
Next time you will read this book again?
I'm gonna read again.
No, it means next month or
Next
right
month.
now?
Not right now. Yeah, I need a pause. Make a pause.
The people giving my questions I deeply appreciate, and you're really detailed, the picturesque storytelling that reminded me the whole of the stories. Yeah, so it's really joyful and then really wonderful. The time, very appreciate. Yeah, first of all.
Thank you.
I was moved.
I was so impressed because first reading was just, I read Prejudice, I told you. It was not that impressive.
That's all I asked.
I didn't. But after I could encounter every characters, and I could be in position of even Miss Bingley and Georgiana and the daughters of Miss de Boer. Everybody is so beautiful, but especially Charlotte.
Charlotte.
Yes, she came to me. And can I say some
Yeah,
more
sure.
details?
Yeah.
Actually, Elizabeth is very similar to me. So at first time, I liked her. She loves walking and reading, and she's a sensible and intelligent woman. But I learned at this time, even they expressed that she has a prejudice, but she is very similar to Mr. Darcy. She is a rather arrogant, and she is so judgmental to other people, even her close friend Charlotte. Charlotte has made that decision to get married of Mr. Collins, who got dumped by her close friend. She could be a pitiful situation, and her life is so subordinate to Catherine de Boer and Mr. Collins. But she made a decision. If I were Elizabeth, I support her decision. But she was so judgmental. And next time, to Jane, she loved her sister dearly. But that part, she said, "Oh, I'm happier than Jane." She smiled, but I laughed. That means Mr. Bingley made Jane smile, grin, happy. But she has more something lively things from Mr. Darcy. I like that, but her attitude towards other relationship a little bit uncomfortable with me. But sometimes I did too. And Lydia, I respect her because it's in a different point of view. She is so confident about her behavior. She was so foolish, and anyway, she was so disgraceful woman in a family. So Elizabeth despised her a lot, but she doesn't have any uncomfortable feeling towards other people. Only Mr. Wickham, her love exists in her world. I think she's happy with that. And Mrs. Bennet is so unique too. And the part Lydia came back after the marriage, she told Jane, "Oh, I'm a married woman, so I will go first. And I don't have time to writing letters, but your sisters have a lot of time for writing because you don't have anything to do because you are not getting married." The getting married is the only one whole world for her, but I think she was happy. So I cannot decide. I cannot make a decision or judgment about the whole story. But at this time, Elizabeth was very attractive woman, but I rather uncomfortable with her feelings and judgment at this time. And the story will go on after I read third times, I think.
So I think these times, not the question and answers, giving what is changing, so each member's opinions is better. So when you picked up that part, the relationships between Mr. and Mrs. Bennet, and he liked the country and the reading books, and he's similar to me, it's the club and the reading books. And before marriage, I thought, frankly to speak, and the woman should be cultivated by me.
Yeah, so
And
it's
I
well
thought so,
described.
honestly, and it was impossible. I realized right after my marriage, so I was really shocked. And I think 3 steps of the woman, the single lady, and the married woman, and the mother. So woman evolves, but man just grows. That is my learning from that part.
But for me, when I read this book, I thought that Mr. Bennet still have some kind of affection to her, to his wife, because in the very first time, even though Mr. Bennet was not interested in his daughter's marriage, but he went to the Darcy's house, right? And also he made fun of his wife every time, right?
Yeah.
So I think that is
From
also
teasing, yes.
teasing is also kind of expression of his love. I thought that, but how do you think?
He got the amusement from teasing her, but if he really loves his wife, he should respect her. He put her under his class. So that part described Elizabeth recognized his father a little bit not despise and look down on his wife. So he gave her a bad example of a married couple.
Bad example.
Sometimes he could make a fun with the teasing. We did too. Our couples does, but he's always do like that. Even his wife is got a stress and with a headache. He didn't take it seriously. So I think anyway their marriage went well.